You said, I think an important thing to bring up is my weight gain from October to December and how I completely fell off. You said my mental health spiral took over and I had to dig out of it. I gained 30 pounds during that time. So let's talk about it.
Yeah. So I think okay, so fast forward to January 1st, I was 291 pounds again. I think after we had completed real life series, I think I had gotten down to like 280 or something like that. So
Yep.
I was making great progress. I think my lowest in summer of 2024, I got down to like 270
Mhm.
and then just like gained all that back. And really for me, and like, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this where sure, it'd be great. Like, you think, hey, everything's fine and dandy. Like, hey, yeah, I'm going to work out. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do this. But like, I also can understand how like there's some days where at my old job, I'd get off work and I would just be so mentally drained that I'd be like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to work out. I feel like shit about myself because I had a boss who would tell us that we are shit, like things like that. Like I just no mental clarity was there. And I think it really took me a while to understand that the two go hand in hand. And that's where for me, a lot of times now, aside of course, wanting to lose weight, it keeps me more mentally in a great spot, just moving my body, eating right than anything else. So yeah, that time was tough. I had quit my job in beginning of October. I took about 2.5 months off. In my mind, I was like, sweet, I can focus on going to the gym more. I can do all these things. But I just got in this state of like, not really doing anything, unsure of what did I want to do? What do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to go? I think I can speak for a lot of people, like the corporate America spiral. Like, most people are like, no, I'm not doing this because I love it. I'm doing this because I need to pay my bills.
Yeah.
So, just hit this really bad spiral and I couldn't get out of it. And the idea of working out or moving my body, I was like, I'm just too tired to do it. Like I didn't have it and I felt like shit all the time. And then I wasn't even weighing myself in that period either. I was like, no, I'm not even going to look because I just knew
That's
it was
a dangerous game to play.
Yeah.
When you're like, I'm just going to ignore it.
Because I knew.
Because yeah.
Yeah. And then something clicked in me and I was like, okay, like, I think in my mind, I was like, I'm going to get on the scale. I'm going to be over 300 pounds again and I'm going to lose it. And it was like I have it in my phone, but it was like 293 or 294. And I was like, okay, I have to get, like, this was a sign like, hey, you're not there, but you're close. But once you hop back on before you're over it again. So just had like a little mental reset and wanted to get back into it because it was tough, man. And I think, a lot of people, a lot of influencers, not you specifically at all, but we'll just get into like, yeah, you just go and work out and everything's fine. But it's like no one's talking about how hard it can be with things that are going on in your life or seasons of life and things that are difficult and how hard it can be to truly show up for yourself in those moments. But now, like, I've been able to trick my mindset, not even trick, but it's just the truth of like, hey, this is a tough thing that I'm going through. Let's say like if in October I had this mindset, hey, this job was really tough for my better mental health. I'm going to leave this job. I want to stay mentally strong and be able to look and be clear headed. Yeah, let me still continue to journal in the mornings. Let me still go work out. Let me go move my body. Let me hit the 7,500 steps and see what's next for me. But instead, it was just like, I don't know. I guess I'll get on LinkedIn. I guess I'll apply.
Yeah.
Easy apply because you don't have to fill out all this stuff. But yeah, it's just crazy. So,
I think what's really important from the analyzing this and looking at that time frame, and this is another like all in, all out moment, right? Where it's like I'm either doing it 100% or I'm not going to do anything at all. When we recognize that we have different seasons in life, some are going to be more stressful, more difficult, some are going to be happier, more free time, different seasons. I think it's really helpful to have an objective minimum of what I'm going to do. And like in the most difficult seasons, this is still my minimum. And I think when people hear that, they might think, oh, but it's a minimum. Is it even worth it? And it's like, yeah, this is why I talk about walking so much. Like your minimum should be, I'm just going to walk. I'm just getting my steps in.
absolutely.
Like it's because, and this feeds into everything because if you can hit that minimum, number one, you're accomplishing something. You're like every win makes a huge difference, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. When you can check it off the box and say, yes, I've done this, I've hit my minimum, it gives you the confidence to know at least I'm doing something.
100%.
And when people understand the importance and the actual outrageous benefits of just walking, getting your steps in, it all of a sudden won't seem like they're failing.
Mm-hmm.
It won't seem like I'm not doing enough. Like, no, I'm doing an amazing job right now, which will then feed into your nutrition. It will feed into other aspects as well. I've found that as long as you can hit that minimum, you're going to end up doing more than your minimum, because all of a sudden it's worth it. Whereas if you're like, yeah, I don't have a minimum, I'm just not going to do anything. The hardest, it's momentum, right? It's like, if you can keep the stone rolling just a little bit, it's great. But if it stops, if you get to a point where the stone has stopped rolling, you've got to use all of your effort to get it rolling a little bit. It's way more difficult. So if you can have a minimum just to keep the boulder rolling a little bit, it makes a huge, huge, huge difference.
I couldn't agree more. And I think too, to second that would be also whatever you could be going through, the walk, it allows you to clear your head and think about things, positive and negative, whether you have something amazing that happened or something horrific. Like, it allows you to be able to maybe have some self-talk, maybe, run through some of your thoughts and be able to get some of that out, which I think people oftentimes that are into walking all the time, that they benefit that or from that a lot, so.
I think it's also, you brought up how you stopped weighing yourself, and that, I think, people don't have to weigh themselves every day. I don't weigh myself every day at this point. It's because it's my lifestyle now and I know what to do. But if it's part of the journey that you're still on, and you notice yourself being like, I don't want to weigh myself, because you're scared of what it's going to say, or because you haven't been doing what you think you should be doing, that makes it infinitely more important to step on the fucking scale. Because as you notice, like, once you stepped on it, that was you taking that first step to get the boulder moving again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You know what? Fuck it. Now I have to. That was you digging your heels in, putting your hands on the boulder, and like, now let's move it forward. You needed that to say, all right, it's fucking time. Now let's go. Whereas I very much believe, for most people, if they don't completely abandon the scale, it'll be enough of a motivational factor, enough of a presence of mind to say, just get my steps in, drink my water, hit my fiber. It'll be just enough. Whereas if you ignore it completely, then it's like, all right, well, out of sight, out of mind. I just don't have to focus on it anymore.